Yo, listen up, guys. Don't waste your money on a course until you watch this video. Because in this video, I'm explaining exactly what you need to know when you're running any type of media buy, when you do any type of Facebook ads, Google ads, Twitter ads, regardless of what you're doing. In this video, I'm going to explain to you everything I learned from running my Facebook ads, my Google ads, my YouTube ads, Twitter ads, all that stuff. And why do I think that I'm a good example, a good fit to explain this really quick? Well, because in around all my ad accounts, we're spending at minimum 1,500 bucks a day. Okay. I've probably spent through my agencies at least six figures, well past six figures throughout all my ad accounts that I have, specifically on like Facebook ads. I mean, Facebook ads is my bread and butter, but the tricks I'm about to teach you right now, they're gonna they're gonna be revolved around all types of media buying. I'm talking Twitter ads, YouTube, Facebook, and Google, which is why I do believe that this video is going to be very, very important, very imperative that you actually watch this. Because, like I said, I spent a lot of money, I made a lot of mistakes, and I'm going to save you guys a lot of time and money. All right, so just pay attention. All right, so let's get the party started. So I do have a couple of notes over here, and I actually do have my ad accounts pulled up over here. So I just want to make sure that I teach you guys, I show you guys all of my secrets so that you guys have the best chance of getting success. And realistically, if you think about it, the way I kind of structured my software, it's only to my benefit that you guys are performing better in your ads. Because the better you guys perform in your ads, the more likely you are to recommend me and my software out to other companies, and the more likely you are to spend more money with my software company. So all in all, long story short, if I make you a better media buyer, if I make you more money, you're going to make me more money. So what I'm trying to say is that listen up, because I'm not going to lay anything out, because it's only my benefit to help you guys make more money. So let's get straight to the point here. All right. Looking at my page over here, I got my list over here. So let's start off from the very beginning. And I'm sure you guys have heard this from me before, but I got to state this once again. This is so gosh darn important. Okay. First things first, right at the back is your social media foundations. All right, guys, you need to make sure you optimize your page, your social media presence, your Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're running the ads from. You need to make sure you're optimizing it so that when somebody hits that page, they know that you come off as a community expert. They know you come off as that niche expert. You know what you're talking about. It's going to embark trust. It's going to have a bunch of call to actions, blah, 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 all that stuff. Matter of fact, I even made a nice slideshow, so I don't have to waste so much time on this. I made an awesome slideshow. It's called the Social Media Blueprint. It's going to teach you exactly, take you step by step on exactly what you need to do to optimize your social media presence, to turn your social media presence to a powerful lead trap. So when people hit that page, they're going to be like, wow, I trust him. He's an expert. Take my money. All right. But it's pretty much making a powerful lead trap. So make sure you click the little link down this description below. It's my little link tree, and check out the social media foundations, the social media blueprint. This is going to help you phenomenally. Highly recommend it. Okay. Check it out. All right, guys. I'm not asking for anything in return. It's really a freebie, guys, just to only help you guys. All right. And it's very, very self-explanatory. It's very a slideshow, maybe 30 slides, and it walks you through exactly what you need to change in your social media, turn into a powerful lead trap so that you can actually run ads properly. Okay, so check it out. So we talked about that. Social media foundations. You got to make sure overall the main reason why we're optimizing our social media is because when you're running ads, that's what people look at. You know, they want to see if they can trust this company. So what they're going to do is they're going to check out your social media. Okay, that's where you're running the ads on the behalf of. So if you're running Facebook ads, you got to make sure your Facebook page is properly optimized. Kind of makes sense, right? You know, you got to make sure that your company, your social media shows trust, shows that's been used, shows active, shows reviews, shows likes, other people trust it. Social proof, pretty much, is why we optimize our social media presence. All right. Next thing, social media presence. Next one is all about your offer. And I actually wrote this down 2 times over here. But getting down your offer. Now, getting your offer is so darn important, boys and gals. Now, you can figure out how to figure out your offer either organically by just putting organic content out there and getting sales, or which I actually do recommend before you start running any ads. Okay, I recommend you when you first, let's say you're first starting this out, and you want to run ads, make sure you're confident in your product to get sales organically first. Make sure you get, depending on, I don't know how much, whatever your cost is, but make sure you have a way to consistently get sales organically first, because your ads are going to perform a whole lot better then. Okay, and you're going to save a lot of money. Or if you do have some capital to play with, and test out the multiple different offers with ads. Kind of makes sense, right? Cool. All right, thank you. So I'm slamming on my mic. Sorry. All right, but cool. Makes sense. Making sure you get the offer right, because people don't buy off of, like, people buy off of emotions. You know, people buy off of value. The only reason why people won't buy your product or service is because they don't value it enough. So if you show in your offer and you're able to educate people or able to show people that your offer has a tremendous amount of value, then they're going to buy it. Which is why I always kind of tell people that your service, your product should be like 10 times what it actually is worth. So for example, my software company right now, not including the beta ad tracking, is the software company, the membership is $67 a month. So I make sure I have at least $670 a month worth of value, so that because every single month, I pretty much had to resell all my members every single time. So to kind of save myself a little bit of headache, save myself the where I have to resell everybody, to save myself some effort, I make sure I have so much value in my software company provided to my members that it's just a no-brainer for them to keep on paying that monthly nut. Which kind of makes sense. So make sure it has a tremendous amount of value so that people will buy it easily, pretty much, you know? People are willing to buy it, okay? I mean, that comes down to getting your offer right, you know, understanding what people really want. Because a lot of times there's a difference between what people want and what they're willing to pay for. I mean, quickly give you an example. I used this plenty of times before. It's a good, easy, quick example. People are willing to spend $100, $200 at the bar, but they're not as willing to spend the $200 in the course, you know, because they get that instant gratification going to a bar, hanging out with their friends. They have instant happiness, you know, emotions come up. Whereas the course are like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this and be hard work, blah, blah, blah. So they're a lot more likely to spend more money at something that gives them that immediate satisfaction. Or like the new iPhone. People are willing to spend thousands of dollars on the brand new iPhone every single year, whereas they're not willing to spend $1,000 on a new course. So people buy off of emotions based upon what provides them the most value. So if you're able to, in the offer right away, provide them an incredible amount of value, provide them with exactly what they want, what they're willing to pay for in the offer, and bam, you're gonna knock out that sale. Okay, so really just testing that offer, making sure it's really right. So let me give you an example over here, actually with my ads over here I'm looking at. So quick example here, I have my conversion campaign over here going to 2 different websites. Okay, this first website is the 3-step formula. The second website is Done For You Funnels, or We Launch Your Go High Level and Click Funnels funnel. Okay, so I have 2 different type of offers right there. I have the 3-step formula I'm testing out, and I have, let's call it Done For You Funnel Launch, or launching Done For You Funnel Launch. That's cool. We have 2 different offers I'm really testing. Okay, and I really don't recommend testing more than like 3 different offers, because then it just kind of gets, it becomes too much to really test, and it becomes difficult. Okay, do 2, maybe 3, at most 3 things you're testing out one period of time when you're running ads, and that can be the offer, that can be the picture, it can be the landing page, whatever. But make sure you really simplify it, and it's one specific thing that you're testing out, regardless if it's the ad or it's the landing page. And make sure that one thing that you're testing out, maybe I would put maybe 3 different versions of it, maybe the control and maybe 2 other versions of it. That's how I typically do things. All right, so for example, my 2 different offers I'm testing out. I have a 3-step formula that is, hold up. What's up? All right, so right here, I got the 3-step formula that's converting at a per purchase of $157, which is the 3-step formula. Where it has a Done For You funnels, the funnel launching one, the second offer is $200. Okay, so it kind of, I mean, and the same ad, same copy, same everything. It's just that the actual landing page is different. So as you can see, there's a big difference, a $50 difference when it comes to the 2 different offers. And the main thing that I want to really kind of hone in on this portion is that, first of all, before you test anything, when you're trying to figure it out, make sure you at least run like $100, $200 a day or 200, 100 or 200 on it, so you can properly test it. And it takes like 2 to 3 days to properly test each one, so make sure you really get your numbers in. As you can see, this might take a little time, but the point is, the reason why we really test out the offers, really optimize the offers, really hone in that offer before we start scaling, is because when you actually start scaling this service, when you start, let's say you're adding zeros onto this ad spend, right? Let's say you're doubling it by 100, 200, 300, 400. When you add, as you scale, you're going to realize that as you're scaling the ad spend, the cost per result is also going to increase. So what you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure you hone in on that offer so perfectly. Make sure that you hone in on that ad so perfectly prior to actually scaling, so that you're going to result in getting the lowest cost per purchase, cost per result, cost per conversion, whatever, right at the very beginning. So when you start scaling, it's not a crazy increase in that cost per result, because that's what's going to happen as you're adding more ad spend per day. Hope that makes sense. Okay. If it doesn't, always, you know, that you can comment down below. But long story short, what I'm trying to say is that make sure you optimize your ads, your offers, your funnel prior to adding more zeros onto your ad spend, prior to adding more money into your ad spend per day, because as you add more ad spend, your cost per conversion will keep on increasing as well too. So make sure you get that cost per conversion as low as you can, so as you scale, that cost per conversion won't rise too much. Okay, which kind of brings me into my next point, is making sure that you understand your metrics. Okay, understand your net numbers. Make sure you're understanding your numbers. Okay, and I'm not talking about your, I mean, yeah, click-through rate and stuff like that is very important as well to really test out the offers and split test things. But what I'm saying is understand your numbers in a sense of, let's say you do e-commerce, okay? I got to ship this product. I got to cost per materials, and cost to make this product, cost to, all those costs add up. And let's say you have this product. Let's say you're selling a knife, okay? You're selling this knife. Now, let's say this knife is $100 let's say this knife is $50 to make. Let's say that let's say it's $50 to make, you're selling for $100. Okay, so it's $50 profit. So now if you have a cost per result, cost per sale of more than $50, you're in the negative. Right? It kind of seems self-explanatory. Whereas if you have a ROAS where it's a cost per result of like $20, now you're making $30 off each sale. Okay, so it kind of makes sense. What I'm trying to say is that those simple numbers that you got to understand, it's really important. Now, it's a little bit easier for me running a software company because it's a monthly membership now. All right, so my monthly membership is $67 a month, where later we're going to have a little bit more for the beta ad tracking software. But what I'm trying to say is that monthly nut, you got to make sure, for me, I got to make sure that I keep people online, obviously, keep people in the membership, keep paying. But it's a little bit easier for me because I have a monthly membership. And I know that at least people are going to be on my membership for at least 3 months. That's like the minimum right there, So 67 times 3, let's say it's $70, times 2 is 140, that's like 210 right there, right? 70 times 3, 21, 210. Yeah, 210. So $210 is the average value per my customer. So I'm able to spend up to at least $200 to bring up that new customer at really maximum. So I'm looking over here now, my analytics, and like I told you before, the other offer, one of them was like 200, another one was like $157 right here. I'm in the green right now because if I'm spending, every time I'm spending $157, I'm getting a customer that brings me at least $210. I'm profiting about like $50 off each person. And if you do a really good job, those people are going to refer to other people. Okay. But you can't really count that in just yet. What I'm trying to say is understanding your metrics, understand that understand that you're going to still be profitable, understand what it takes to make your business profitable, is what I'm trying to say. And there's a bunch of other companies that initially they take an L off the beginning to bring people in to make money at the back end. So understand that as well too. Like, for example, Russell Brunson with ClickFunnels, he sold an agency course. He taught people how to make a marketing agency, and he wouldn't make enough. He would spend, like, let's say his course was like $1,000. He would spend like $1,200 to get people in. He would lose $200, but he would understand that people that would take the course would pay the monthly nut for ClickFunnels, which is around $97 or $300 a month, depending on what package they have. But he understood that bringing people in, he was going to make it in the back end by offering people these software. Make sense? So really understanding your metrics, understanding your strategy, putting together a good strategy, you know? All right. Now another split test. We talked about that. Look, we'll talk about that in a second. All right. Next one is let's talk about how the best way to like structure this, your ads. Okay. So what I typically would do is first I would have like three campaigns. You know, there's a campaign level, there's an ad set level, and the regular ads level. You know, whereas the campaign is like conversions, traffic, video views, whatever it is, campaign type, campaign objective. I mean, second one is like actual targeting, lookalike audience, detail targeting. You know, other specifics like that. Other one is the actual, you know, the pictures, that the actual ad. You know, so my campaign, typically what I would do is like conversion. I do three campaigns: conversion, a retargeting, and a traffic. The traffic is mainly I use to kind of find out my offer. So once I'm kind of found out my offer, I kind of shut that one down. And the second one, I got retargeting, I got conversions. Retargeting I use for website visitors. So people that visit my site, I have retargeting ad on there. Now, one important point about the retargeting is that I make sure I use different website links to really test it. You know, because people convert off of different things. So I would have maybe I would send people to an FAQ page, a bootcamp page, like a training, a funnel hacker lab, maybe a company vision page, an FAQ. I think I said that already. A webinar page, a demo page. I would test out multiple different pages, kind of like multiple different offers and way to sell my software, mainly because there's a reason why people didn't buy my software the first time that they saw that conversion campaign. So in a retargeting campaign, I'm trying to hit them with a new offer to try to get them to convert. Maybe they have some questions, so maybe they need to see the FAQ page. Maybe they don't understand how this works, how the software is going to benefit them. So you need the bootcamp page to convert them. Maybe they want a overview or inside demo overview of what it looks like webinar page. Maybe they just want a demo, you know, 2-week $1 trial page. You know, what I'm trying to say is I take those retargeting pages, you know, I take those website people, the people that didn't convert the first time, I take those people over to the retargeting and I hit them with multiple different pages so that one of them I can try to get them to convert on, because everybody converts to something different. Okay. Now, next one we got. So we talked about traffic, which I'm not really using anymore because I already understand my offer. Next thing we're doing is retargeting. We talked about that, having multiple different pages to convert them on, because there's some reason why these people didn't convert, but they need some sort of reassurance. That's questions, demo, whatever it is. I bring them to multiple different pages to try to get them to convert, give them the best chances of converting. Next one is your actual conversion campaign. So now this conversion campaign is it's simple. All right. Either you would do is, well, if you're first starting off, you don't have a lot of customers, what I would probably do is I'll do some sort of detailed targeting based upon some certain keywords. For example, my software, Funnel Hacker Lab, relies upon people using Go High Level or ClickFunnels. The owner of ClickFunnels is Brunson. So what I do is I would put all my ads to people that have Russell Brunson, have liked Russell Brunson's page or something like that. Okay. That's what initially I did. And that converted very well. Okay. Then what I did is that when I started getting a couple more customers, I kind of increased the quality of my targeting. I took my customer list and I imported it as a CSV file into the audiences of Facebook ads. Okay. And then what I did is I created a lookalike audience based upon that to send ads out to. So now if you kind of think about this, how it's kind of work is you can create lookalike audiences based upon a couple of things. Obviously, your client list, okay? You can create a lookalike audience in your client list who engaged with your Instagram or your Facebook page, create a lookalike audience based upon people that tried out my Funnel Hacker Labs 2-week, $1 trial, you know? But as you go, you know, your client list on top, you got engage with your socials, and then you got like trial, okay? Do a trial. Top one over there, client list, that's like the highest quality, lower less, and a little bit less. Kind of makes sense, right? So what you want to do is the highest quality is you're going to want to make sure you get like the client, your customer list, but you need at least like 100 customers in that CSV file to really make that kind of like worth it, you know, at least at very minimum, you know? But what you want to do is you want to create a lookalike audience based upon a 1 to 2, maybe even a 3% lookalike. I would personally, if I was you guys, I would first getting your first couple of sales, I'll start out with a 1% of that lookalike. Then as you see that the cost per conversions on there is kind of like increasing a little bit, I would do 1 to 2%, then increase a little bit more once you kind of start seeing that the frequency is going up, which is the amount of times that ad has been displayed to the certain people. I would maybe do a 1 to 3%, you know, increasing that slowly. Okay. But realistically, you shouldn't go further than a 1 to 3%. Well, I haven't found it really profitable to go past a 1 to 3%. So, what I'm saying is lookalike audiences, they work really well. It gives Facebook the opportunity to really optimize on a basis of what has worked prior. Because it takes all the similarities of that list that you have, combines into one, and looks for other people with similar similarities to get those people to convert and present your ad to those people, so to try to get those people to convert. All right. So we talked about organizing your ads. We talked about how you use lookalike audiences, getting your offer straight, social media fundamentals, understanding your metrics. We talked about split testing. We talked about not raising, split testing, get your offer straight before you're really adding, before you're really increasing the ad spend. We talked about with split testing, we talked about making sure that you're split testing one thing at a time, really not overexerting yourself. We talked about at least putting in like $100 onto each one before you change something, at least 100, maybe $200, or 2 to 3 days if you don't have a high enough ad spend, so I can optimize and give you some correct numbers to really judge off of. Talked about that. Now my last one is don't do dumb shit. Okay, now this kind of comes as maybe something that might be self-explanatory, but it just comes down to going over your work. Now, let me give you an example. Last week, I was testing out some landing pages. Okay, remember I was talking about those landing pages just before, where I had the 3-week sales system, 3 weeks. Let's call it 3-week system, whatever conversion system. Then we have the done for you. We launch your funnels. We have those 2 offers right there. Now, what I'm saying is dumb about not doing dumb shit is that, let me give a perfect example. This one I was testing out, I forgot to optimize the mobile version of it. And most of my conversions come from people on the phone. So I forgot to optimize the mobile version of it. And I had like 2 different headers that said the same exact thing. And it just didn't look professional. It literally had a header, the same thing saying under that was right there, So it obviously it didn't look good. So I was testing that out, and I went to like $200-300 testing this out. I was like, why is this not getting conversions? It should be getting conversions based upon what I have over here. And then I finally, after spending like $200-300 on it, trying to figure out why it's not converting, I actually looked at the landing page, I actually looked at the mobile version of it, and I was like, damn, that looks like SHIT. It has 2 of the same headlines right on top and below it. It's just I didn't optimize around it and like look at it. I thought I did, but I effed up, But I mean, if you got a money problem, it's not really a problem. Okay. But what I'm trying to say is that not do dumb shit. Make sure you look at the landing pages. Make sure you preview the ads. Make sure you look at that stuff. Because, for example, let me give you another example right here. When you're running an ad to the Facebook right column, it's a very, very small image, right? That's the Facebook right column is in the right portion, right there, the feed on a desktop. And that image is very, very small. So if you're putting a image on there that's also small as well, like, for example, let me give you an example. I was running some ads for a gym, and they had supplements. And they had this picture that was running on the feed where a bunch of trainers that look ripped were holding this creatine product. Now, when you took that picture and we put it under the right column, you can't even see that little creatine, which is the primary thing that the product that they're selling. So what we did is we had to expand it and just in the right column, just show the creatine. We're not going to, it has hands underneath it, but it didn't show the people around it. The primary focus was of that creatine. And that helped increase conversions by a whole lot. What I'm trying to say is that make sure you preview the ads, make sure that you preview the website, the landing page, the funnel, whatever the F it is, and make sure you really just do due diligence. You're patient with it, I guess. That's kind of a good way of saying it. But make sure you just really do due diligence before you start putting in a lot of money into these ads, because you can waste. Like, look at me, I just wasted $200 just testing something when I kind of screwed up myself. It's just a dumb mistake, But I'm trying to say is that make sure you don't make those dumb mistakes, because it's only going to cost you more money and even worse, more time. Okay. But yeah, guys, I hope this video helped you guys. All right, if you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, your boy Blade, BLADE, your boy from Funnel Hacker Live, your boy from Valify, your boy with that amazing contracting business that just rocks. Your boy that's always trying to help you guys. Let me know if I can help you guys any further. Always happy to help. You guys want me to share some prior experiences to explain something? I love talking, guys. You know me. So let me know if I can help you guys any further. I have a link down below in the description. It's a link tree, and it's gonna give you a bunch of my content. It's gonna give you a bunch of my information. For example, my Funnel Hack Lab, Valify, crypto passive income, you know, my trader. It's gonna have a lot of information down there. Even what I was talking about before, the social media fundamentals are in that link tree down below. So make sure you click that down below. And I'll talk to you all later. Have a great one, and I'll see you at the top. Peace out, guys.